And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mufasa's daily book reading at noon. It's Monday, the first reading of the week. Now, we have finished our book already, and we're going to be reading frequently asked questions detailed in this book. We are reading Stephen R. Covey's The Eighth Habit. And yeah, we found, of course, a lot of amazing gems in the previous. So if you've missed any of those, you can find them on our YouTube channel. The link to our beautiful YouTube channel is in the description of today's live, where you will find the readings of the book we're currently reading and previous readings as well. I trust that you had an absolutely amazing weekend. Hello to everyone who's watching right now, and hello to you if you're going to be watching this in the replay. Remember to like, to leave a comment, as well as share this wonderful video once you've watched it. Thank you so much. Let me start reading. So I'm going to read, we're going to do two questions. So I'm not going to set the timer for 10 minutes, but I will keep my eyes on the clock. Right, so the first question, so yes, last week Friday we ended our reading question 1, 2, and 3, and today we're going to be reading question 4 and 5. And question 4 reads, "This all seems so idealistic and moralistic to me. With conditions the way they are, I don't know if any of this is really possible." This is the answer here. The deeper question you need to ask is there a space between stimulus and response? In other words, do we really truly have the power of choice, regardless of circumstances? If you can honestly say yes to that question, you will come to see that the idealism is realism. You can't see electronic marvels of today, yet you really rely upon them and know that they are real. Before they were discovered or invented, they were not real. They were only idealistic. When you say that things are too moralistic, this implies right and wrong. In your heart of hearts, you know there's a difference between right and wrong. And if you choose the right, different consequences follow than if you choose the wrong. That's why these ideas are idealistic and moralistic, both of which are very realistic. Kind of sounds like a poem there at the end, but it answers the question. Question 5. You say that cultural moral authority is the most advanced forms of moral authority. What do you mean? Take, for example, the Declaration of Independence of the United States. The sentiments in that document represent visionary moral authority. The Constitution attempted to institutionalize the values that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The Constitution was in alignment with the vision and value systems of the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration said all men, yet women, didn't have the right to vote for decades. Many of the founders were slaveholders. An emancipated proclamation did not pass for over 8 years, and still today there are profound pockets of racial prejudice. Cultural and moral authority always develops slower than institutionalized or visionary moral authority. But ultimately, it is the key to develop a harmonious society. The key lies not in government, which represents force or law, nor in private individuals or private businesses or organizations, which represents freedom. It lies within individuals and groups adopting common meanings and values that are truly connected to their hearts and minds. This level of volunteerism creates a civil society that is the higher third alternative between law and freedom. And remember, you can listen to another reading about the third alternative discussed in the book in one of the recent readings. And yeah, you'll obviously find those on our wonderful YouTube channel. So let's carry on reading. Okay, this is the underline. Okay, this level of volunteerism creates a civil society, which is the higher third alternative between law and freedom. This is the underlying assumption between the thinking and writing of Adam Smith, author of Wealth of Nations. Long before he wrote this classic, he wrote a book called The Theory of Moral Sentiments. This work, which was foundational to his later works, including The Wealth of Nations, was based on the idea that intentional virtue and goodwill are the foundations of both an economic system or free enterprise and a political system of a representative democracy. He acknowledged that if individual virtue deteriorated, neither the free market nor democracy would ultimately survive, meaning that this is all about us. It starts from us, the center is us, which is also something that we read about in our first book, Energy Leadership, that it actually starts with raising our vibration and aligning to our own goals, aligning to our own vision and values, and therefore when we see change in ourselves, everything just unfolds, right, and grows in a positive way. So I hope that you've got some gems there from the two questions, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Remember, if you have any coaching inquiries or you just want to learn more about the book, or any other questions, then you can leave them in the comments, and I will see you on Wednesday. Goodbye.